considering it's the first time.
What the fuck?
Why? Why? Don't you have... Oh, what the fuck are we watching? Today we're going to review and talk about Otome game.
Another Isekai with a twist.
Right. No,
Actually,
yeah.
well, with a twist that it is really cool and good.
I know a fantasy world in that. No, but it is. But
It's a fantasy world, but that they do magic or not is kind of
doesn't matter.
arbitrary. They don't need it. It's completely useless so
Right.
far for story or the world. It would work fine without. It just makes it more interesting, I guess, for the general viewership.
Probably. We're not going to talk about anymore because we have our categories, and we're now going to talk about that. So,
Yes.
originality.
Originality.
Motherfucker.
In terms of originality, I think it's very high up there. It
Yeah.
is, despite it being an isekai, the way she is introduced into the world, her former self into the fantasy world, is quite cool and clever. Well, it's a cliche in terms of remembering your past life. You get a bump to the head, you remember your past life, etc. But in this case, it's cool because most isekais we've seen, they don't do that.
Right.
They just kill off a 5-year-old and replace him with the personality of whomever just died in the
that was
real world.
That was a pleasant surprise. When I saw
Absolutely.
how they did that, I was like, this isn't like super clever, Nobel Prize kind of clever, but it was a very unique twist that I haven't thought about.
Especially for the era we are in the whole sea of isekai. It
Right.
was cool. It was nice. Also, the characters are really developed, especially the main character. She is an incredibly proactive, likable, awesome character, and it's understandable why everyone falls in love with her. I mean, I would fall in love with her. I like her a lot. When I heard the setup, I was like, okay, well, let's give it a try. Another fucking isekai title that is longer than the actual summary of the whole thing. But it's really good. So, in terms of originality, especially in an isekai world we live in, it gets a 9 from me.
Yeah, I mean, like it is an isekai, but like we already said, the setup is pretty original, and what it is, like she's in a game, and like a real Otome game, that is something that is pretty original in an anime as well. So the question is, the isekai itself is not original, but everything they do with it is original. So.
Yeah.
Like in terms of anime, I give it a 9 for originality, but just judging it as an isekai, I would give it 10 for originality.
Absolutely. Well, if we judged it by an isekai standard, it would even be a 12 or 13. But let's not go there.
Yeah. Story, yeah. So this is the spoiler section. So she gets reborn into this Otome game. She remembers it after bumping her head. And from then on, she remembers that she's the villain of the game and is going to either get killed or get exiled by the end of the game. So she tries to, on one hand, learn a lot of skills to, if she's going to get exiled, to have a decent life, or befriend everyone so she just does not get exiled.
So
killed or exiled.
basically, she played the game, remembers all the bad endings that happened, which is
every ending for
every
her.
ending for her character, because she is the villainess. So she's trying to make sure she will survive and has finally a long life, because in her past life she also didn't have a long life. She didn't make it out of high school either.
Right.
And yeah, we meet her from childhood onwards. And yeah, very cute and playful character. She is shown as a total bitch in the beginning, commanding everyone around.
Before she's her kinda.
Yeah, before she remembers herself past, and after that she is totally sweet, lovable, and adorable. So adorable that literally every other character falls in love with her.
Like every other character that should fall in love with the game's MC, which we meet later.
Everyone, even the girls, fall in love with her.
Right.
She has a true harem. She is one of the best harem protagonists I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And the story is really fun. It's cutesy, but it's also a cool idea behind it. It's not just, oh well, it's cute girls doing cute stuff or trying to relive the Otome game and yada yada yada, but it's actually exciting for her how she's planning her life. Her ditziness and her obliviousness despite being on top of everything in some points. So yeah, in terms of story, also a 9.
I really like that they spend time in her childhood. That this is not something that gets like broken down or a flashback or something, but it's like an ongoing thing. And then we have the time skip. So yeah, story wise, I give this one a 9 as well.
Well, it might not be the most refined animation out there, but for what it is, they're really good. It doesn't fall apart at all.
Right.
Unlike some other cute
shows
girls anyway we've seen this season where the cute girls suddenly aren't as cute anymore. The characters look great. They're very well designed. They're distinct from one another in both personalities and also character design. Most of the animation is quite fluid, also not too absurd amount of CGI in it, which take you out of it if the CGI looks totally different to the drawn style. An 8. An 8.
Alright.
Because I like it. I'm biased.
So, I don't know. This is nothing too special. Like I said, it's not falling apart. It's doing the job. It's pretty solid for what it is. It's nothing too special. So, I give it a generous 7. Fun! So, yeah, I think the fun is pretty fantastic.
Oh,
no.
It's funtaining.
No, let's just not do this anymore. It's a fun show. I like it. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. It's. I like to watch it. Like to see it unfold. Nothing is like boring me or is like sometimes or stupid. Like you're like, oh, why is this happening? Oh, this would have been better solved like this. It's overall very entertaining, very fun.
It's funny. Like there is many times where I laughed, where I smiled, where I thought, oh, that's so cute or that's so cool, and I really enjoy this. But it also brings a lot in with the characters. They're very relatable, or she is very relatable. She has a clear goal. She has a clear aim, and she is not perfect at everything. Like other isekai where they can do everything from the beginning. So I'm getting bored from the beginning basically. There's high stakes and we know what is happening to her if she fails her task. So she has to fight hard for it and she has to work hard for it. And seeing her character develop and seeing the whole thing unfold, as you said, is really cool. In terms of fun, I'm very biased towards the show. It's a 9.
The only thing I kind of find a downer, because everyone loves her and she's kind of not recognizing that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I feel like if she would know it, if she would recognize it, I think it could be even more fun. Like she's like, oh, everyone loves me, right? That's awesome. Like, I don't know, but just the fact, maybe she could be unsure about if it's going to stay that way, but just the fact that she isn't even realizing it, that's the only bummer for me.
Yeah, alright, I see your point. I didn't think too much about it. As I said, I got my googly eyes on for her.
Did I even rate the fun?
No, you haven't rated the fun.
Oh, okay, so I give the fun 8. I give it an 8 so far. Everything considered, it's something probably that people will remember just because it was a bit different and it was doing a lot of stuff right in Isekai era where everything is pretty dull and repetitive. So overall, that's hard. 8.3.
As you said, it's something outstanding for me. It's a new kind, or it's the kind of isekai I wouldn't mind seeing from time to time at least. Not every season multiple times, but at least once in a while. With the whole idea of a character actually struggling towards a goal. Overall, to me, it's 8.8? No, 8.9. 8.9. 8.9.
Holy moly. Write your own rating in the comments.
Write your own isekai, please don't. We have enough of them. Write something new and exciting. Right. But let us know in the comments below. Talk to us.
God, please, nobody is talking to us. So, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it.
And like, subscribe.
And ring the bell. And we see you in the next video.